Good morning. Day 24. So they said at day 10 I'd probably split the dummy, and it didn't happen. It might happen on day 24. No, I'm just feeling really tired today. Tired, emotional, just a bit exhausted. I should probably take a rest day, but accommodation is so expensive and around here, and campsites are weird. They're either like minimum 2-night stay, they only have like parking spaces and you have to bring your own toilet, which is a bit impossible when you've got a tent, or they're just toilets only, which means no showers. I can go a day without a shower. I pride myself in the fact I've had a shower every day so far. But I think it's just because I'm feeling a bit tired that everything feels a bit complicated. So the decision this morning is to walk the canal to a place called Penkridge, if I pronounced that correctly, and to reassess my options there. That's about 10 miles. I might stay in Penkridge. It means then that I've got quite a huge chunk to Uttoxeter the next day. Or I can go on a little bit further, stay on a campsite that's a little bit further up the road, then have a little bit of a shorter trek to Uttoxeter, and then have a day off. Because Uttoxeter's got more facilities and bits and pieces, so I really need to do some washing. So I can do washing, and I can do like genning up on my route over the peaks to start the Pennine Way and just give myself a little bit of a break. So I know I've explained it before, but I have a route, but I haven't broken it down into like I'm going to go here, I'm going to go here, because days like today happen and you just get a bit knackered, and so it's not easy to figure out like when you're going to feel okay and when you feel strong. But yesterday's rain, although I didn't mind the rain, it didn't bother me, but it was a 20 miler, so it was a fairly big day. So yeah, we'll just take it as it goes today. I've set off a little bit later. I've had breakfast where I was staying, and yeah, we'll just see what the day brings, I think, today, and go from there. Yeah, now I'm back outside again in the fresh air. I feel calmer already, so maybe a campsite is a good idea, just to give me some fresh air. And the weather is meant to be on and off today, so we shall see. So I stopped on the canal to ask a man if he was dressed in like camo gear, looked like a fisherman basically. I thought he'll know about a camping shop. So I said, "Good morning, are you local?" "Yes, I am." "I could ask you a question." "Of course." "So I'm going to Penkridge. Is it like, am I likely to find a camping shop or a hardware store that I'm likely to be able to pick up some supplies?" And he went, "Well, Penkridge is ever such a long way, and it's going to rain. You're going to get wet." First of all, thank you for the information. Can we keep it positive, please? And can you answer my question? Oh dear. I said, "Oh yeah, it's 10 miles, it's fine. I'm going to probably walk about 20 today." I'm not, but I just thought, oh, please just help me. people are just so lovely. I want to share this one. I was just walking along and there was an older gentleman walking towards me with some poles. And he said, "Oh, you've joined the club." And I said, "Oh, my poles are brilliant. I love them." And I said, "They're really helping." And he said, "I couldn't walk without them now." He said, "I have to walk with them." He said, "I'm not going to have a heart attack." He said, "But I've got heart failure now." He said, "My doctor said it's just gonna run out at some point." He said, "But I used to run ultra marathons. I've done over 200 marathons." I was like, "That's amazing." He's like, "Yeah." He said, "I got heart failure when I was 18. I was like, "Didn't even look 80. He said, "So I'm a bit older now." He said, "So I'm just going to keep walking." I was like, "Walking's the best thing for you. You just keep going." He was so lovely. He's done loads of races in Scotland. He's done the West Highland Way and the Bridge to Bridge and loads of different bits and pieces. It was just an absolute gem just to speak to him. Yeah, the folk you meet. Well, how about a day of two halves? So, yes, this morning I was just feeling really low, and yeah, I was walking along thinking I'm just going to get on to the next place and then make my decision. And that's what I was doing. And I was on the phone to my best pal Kimmy, and I had somebody like appear next to me, and it was someone wearing a massive great big backpack. And I said, "Oh hi." He's like, "I've been trying to catch you up for ages." He said, "You're doing the walk I'm doing." And I met my first Lejogger. So that was just so cool. So I've walked with him for most of the morning. His name is Jack. He's from around here actually. He's actually heading home today for a couple of days rest, which is very nice too. He's done quite a different route to me. He's been doing quite big mileage. Like, he's also 28, so he's obviously got a few less years than me on him. So yeah, it was just what I needed. Thanks, Mum, sending him in my direction. So basically we walked from where he met me around about Tettenhall to Penkridge, which was 10 miles, and we just chatted all about our different experiences, and it was just so nice to know that some of the things along the way that I found difficult, it's not because I don't know what I'm doing, it's just the way it is. And you know, different challenges that I faced and he's faced. It was really great. It absolutely poured with rain. We got completely soaked, and then we made it to a pub and had a lovely lunch, and he helped me reroute myself today. So I'm actually walking 5 miles further, which I've actually already done one, so I've got 4 more miles to go, and I'm actually going to be staying in Stafford, that has outdoor shops and all sorts of bits and pieces, so I can have a rest day. So I've booked a small apartment in the town on Airbnb, and I'm going to do washing, I'm going to do route planning, I'm going to sleep, I'm going to eat, and I'm going to get my batteries back up to full pelt because they are still pretty low, even though I've had a big dinner. So yeah, I really feel like it's worth it. So I'm doing a slight detour, so I'm going up a bit further in the country, and I'm still heading over to Uttoxeter, which was my next step, but I'm just doing it in a different way. And then it also means that my next day is actually a 15 miler rather than a 20 plus miler. So it all works out in the end, which is madness and lovely. And yeah, I'm glad that I just went with the flow, and then something happened and made it all okay. It was so brilliant to meet Jack. He's not on social media, so we've swapped numbers so we can keep in touch. He's going to be going up a different route to me. He's going up the west of the country, whereas I'm heading over east on the Pennine Way. And I think he's going to be very brave and do the Cape Wrath Trail ending, whereas I'm not. I'm going up the John O Groats Trail. So that was really cool.